Welcome back, Dark Enthusiast. I'm your host, Doug Duck, guiding you through another deep dive into Asia's most disturbing events, personalities, true crime, conspiracy theories, and urban legends. Did you know that every July a group of the world's most influential men gather in secrecy in a California forest? This is no mere camping trip. This is the Bohemian Grove, place shrouded in mystery and intrigue. For over a century, the secluded campsite has been the rendezvous point for an elite club of men, the Bohemian Club, who leave their titles at the gate and engage in 2 weeks of merriment, camaraderie, and some suggest much, much more. Here with the rest of the story is Tabitha Crane.
From presidents to business tycoons, Pulitzer Prize-winning authors to Hollywood A-listers, the guest list reads like a who's who of power and influence. The Bohemian Club was born in the late 19th century in San Francisco. What began as a gathering of journalists, artists, and musicians quickly evolved into a fraternity of the world's most influential men. Their motto, "Weaving spiders come not here," a line borrowed from Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream, suggesting that business and politics should be left outside the Grove's gates. But what happens behind the towering redwoods of the Bohemian Grove is a closely guarded secret. The club's members are bound by a code of silence with strict rules against revealing the goings-on of their annual retreat. Yet, over the years, snippets of information have seeped out, painting a picture of lakeside talks, theatrical performances, and grand feasts. However, whispers of the Grove's darker side have begun to surface. Allegations of strange rituals and ceremonies have been made, and some even link the Grove to the mysterious disappearances of Johnny Gosch and Jean Martin. The boys vanished without a trace, and while Johnny Gosch's case received significant media attention, Jean Martin's disappearance faded into obscurity. Could there be a sinister connection between these disappearances and the influential men who gather in the Bohemian Grove? Could the mysteries of the Grove hold the key to understanding what happened to these boys? But beneath the cloak of secrecy, whispers of strange happenings and disappearances have begun to surface. Stay with us as we delve deeper into the enigma of the Grove. Two names stand out amidst the whispers, Johnny Gosch and Jean Martin. These boys both vanished without a trace, their disappearances shrouded in mystery and intrigue. Johnny Gosch, a 12-year-old paperboy from West Des Moines, Iowa, was last seen on a crisp morning in September 1982. He left his home, equipped with a red wagon to carry the Sunday papers, but never returned. His wagon was found abandoned, the papers untouched. The news of Johnny's disappearance spread rapidly, casting a dark shadow over the nation. Jean Martin, on the other hand, was a 13-year-old from Manchester, New Hampshire, who disappeared in January 1984. He left his home to go to a book fair and was never seen again. Unlike Johnny Gosch's case, Jean's disappearance barely made a ripple in the media. His story was largely confined to the local news, a whisper in the wind compared to the storm of attention around Johnny. So why do these two cases draw our attention? The answer lies in the unsettling connections between their disappearances and the Bohemian Grove Group, an exclusive club of the world's most powerful men. This secret society, known for its annual summer retreats in the redwood forest of California, is said to have been attended by presidents, celebrities, and high-ranking officials. The Grove's reputation for secrecy and ritualistic activities has sparked countless conspiracy theories. Both Johnny and Jean were ordinary boys, leading seemingly ordinary lives. But their disappearances have been anything but ordinary. Their stories have been woven into a web of speculation and suspicion that extends to the shadowy corners of power and influence. The question that lingers, however, is how these two boys from different corners of the country could be linked to such an exclusive, secretive group. What could the world's most powerful men possibly have to do with the disappearances of two boys? But how could these two boys be linked to the world's most powerful men? That's the question we aim to explore. The connections may seem tenuous, but the depth of the rabbit hole may surprise you. We're now going to explore the alleged link between the enigmatic Bohemian Grove Group and the mysterious disappearances of Johnny Gosch and Jean Martin. Bohemian Grove, a secretive society that boasted some of the most influential figures of the 20th century, has long been shrouded in whispers of conspiracy. From politicians to authors, celebrities to magnates, its membership reads like a who's who of the power elite. Now let's consider the disappearances. Johnny Gosch, a newspaper boy from Iowa, vanished in 1982. Gene Martin, another paper boy also from Iowa, disappeared just 2 years later, in 1984. Hardly a coincidence, many would argue. There are theories that suggest a link. Some point to the timing of the disappearances, others to the similar circumstances. But what connects these cases to the Bohemian Grove? The thread, it seems, lies in the alleged activities of the Grove's members. Rumors have circulated for decades about the Grove's secret rituals and ceremonies, some of which allegedly involve exploitation and abuse. Could Johnny and Gene have been victims of such horrific acts? Theories abound, but concrete evidence remains elusive. One particularly dark theory suggests that Johnny was kept alive due to the media attention his case garnered. But what of Gene? His disappearance didn't create the same media stir. Was he, as some suggest, eventually eliminated because he became expendable? These are chilling thoughts indeed. Yet the absence of definitive proof leaves us in a realm of speculation. We are left to piece together the fragments, to make sense of the whispers and rumors, to question the motives of those with power and influence. And as we delve deeper, the story only gets murkier. The shadows lengthen, the whispers grow louder, and the line between fact and fiction becomes increasingly blurred. Stay tuned as we continue to uncover the mysterious world of the Bohemian Grove and its alleged ties to the disappearances of Johnny Gosch and Gene Martin. Johnny Gosch's case received widespread media attention, while Gene Martin's largely fell into obscurity. It's a curious disparity in the realm of media, don't you think? Two boys, both vanishing under mysterious circumstances, yet their stories received such divergent levels of attention from the press. Let's delve into this discrepancy. Johnny Gosch, a newspaper carrier from West Des Moines, Iowa, disappeared in September of 1982. His case was a sensation, splashed across headlines nationwide. The media painted a vivid picture of the boy, his story touching the hearts of millions. The constant media attention kept Johnny's case in the public eye, and perhaps it also kept him alive. On the other hand, we have Gene Martin, another newspaper carrier from the same area, who vanished in January 1984, not long after Johnny. His story, however, was largely overlooked by the media. His face was not a fixture on television screens, his name not a regular feature in newspaper headlines. So why the disparity? Why was Johnny's story told, while Gene's was muted? Was it mere chance, or was there something more calculated at play? Could it be that the media, knowingly or unknowingly, played a role in the fate of these boys? Consider this. Could it be that the immense media attention Johnny received acted as a sort of protective shield, making him too high-profile a target to be eliminated? The notoriety his case gained could have made him more valuable alive than dead. In contrast, Gene, whose story was swept under the rug, was left unprotected by the cloak of media attention. His obscurity could have made him an easier target, leading to his potential elimination. We must ponder, is it possible that the powers that be manipulated the media narrative, dictating which stories were told and which were silenced? Could they have been pulling the strings behind the scenes, influencing the fate of these two boys? Is it possible that the powers that be manipulated the narrative? As we delve deeper into the mysteries surrounding the Bohemian Grove, these questions continue to haunt us. The Bohemian Grove group has remained silent, their secrets guarded as tightly as their membership. As the allegations and theories began to swirl, the Bohemian Grove group did not break their silence. They did not confirm or deny the claims. They did not issue statements or make public appearances. They remained, as they have always been, a shadowy society of the powerful and the influential, shrouded in mystery and intrigue. Their silence, however, did not put an end to the speculation. It did not quell the rumors, it did not satisfy the curious, and it certainly did not dissuade the conspiracy theorists. If anything, their silence only added fuel to the fire. It gave the theorists something to latch onto, something to question, something to dissect. It's a classic case of the Streisand effect. The more you try to hide something, the more attention it gets. The more you stay silent, the louder the questions become. The more you avoid the spotlight, the brighter it shines on you. And the Bohemian Grove group, with their silence and secrecy, found themselves at the center of a storm they did not acknowledge. This lack of response, this utter silence, has led some to believe that there is, indeed, something to hide. That the group, in their silence, is admitting guilt. That they are, in their own way, confirming the theories and allegations. Of course, this is all speculation. There is no hard evidence, no concrete proof. There are only theories, allegations, and a deafening silence from the group itself. And while the silence may suggest guilt to some, to others it merely reflects the group's long-standing policy of privacy and discretion. In the end, the Bohemian Grove group's response, or rather lack thereof, has only added to the mystery and intrigue surrounding them. It has only deepened the enigma, only fueled the fire of speculation and conspiracy theories, and it has left us with more questions than answers. In a world of secrets, silence can often speak volumes. With each passing year, the mysteries surrounding the Bohemian Grove group only seem to grow. The enigma that is the Bohemian Grove group, as we've explored, is deeply intertwined with the puzzling disappearances of Johnny Gosch and Jean Martin. However, despite the passage of time, many questions persist. Questions that continue to haunt investigators and fuel the fire of conspiracy theorists worldwide. What exactly is the real connection between this exclusive, controversial group and the vanishing of these two young boys? Could the answers be hidden within the secretive meetings of the Bohemian Grove group, attended by some of the most influential figures of the time? And if indeed there is a connection, why is it that Johnny Gosch's case received so much more media attention than Jean Martin's? Was it merely because Gosch's mother's relentless campaign for her son's return was more newsworthy? Or was there a more sinister reason at play? Was the disparity in media coverage a deliberate attempt to distract from the truth? Furthermore, what was the fate of Jean Martin? While Gosch is alleged to be alive, albeit in hiding, Martin seems to have disappeared without a trace. Could it be that he was, in fact, eliminated to ensure the secret of the Bohemian Grove group remained just that, a secret? These are the lingering questions that continue to cast a dark shadow over the Bohemian Grove group and its alleged involvement in these disturbing incidents. Questions that are yet to be satisfactorily answered, despite the ongoing investigations. And let's not forget the Bohemian Grove's response, or rather, lack thereof. Their silence speaks volumes, adding another layer of intrigue to this already complex web of mystery. Why haven't they come forward to clear their name if they are truly innocent? Or is their silence a tacit admission of guilt? The truth may be elusive, but the quest for answers continues. The mysteries of the Bohemian Grove group and the disappearances of Johnny Gosch and Jean Martin may remain unsolved, but they are far from forgotten. As long as these questions linger, the search for truth will persist. So, what does all this mean for the Bohemian Grove group, Johnny Gosch and Jean Martin? Let's take a moment to retrace our steps and summarize what we've discussed so far. We began our journey with the enigma of the Bohemian Grove group, a clandestine assembly of the world's most influential figures. Celebrities, authors, politicians, figures who wielded power and influence in the palm of their hands. A group shrouded in secrecy, their activities behind closed doors have sparked countless theories and speculations. Then we moved on to the unseen faces, the missing pieces of the puzzle, Johnny Gosch and Jean Martin, two boys who vanished into thin air, never to be seen again. Their disappearances, eerily similar, have been a source of intrigue and speculation for decades. We explored the alleged connection between these disappearances and the Bohemian Grove group, the theories that suggest a link, however tenuous, between the group and these tragic events. While these theories remain unproven, their existence has cast a long shadow over the group's reputation. We also discussed the disparity in media attention. Johnny Gosch, whose case garnered significant press coverage, and Jean Martin, who disappeared into obscurity. The question arises, did the media's spotlight on Johnny Gosch inadvertently save his life? On the other hand, was Jean Martin, forgotten by the media, left to a more sinister fate? We then turned to the Bohemian Grove's response, a silence that has only fueled the conspiracy theories. Their refusal to engage with the allegations, their indifference to the media frenzy, has only deepened the mystery surrounding them. And finally, we examined the lingering questions, the unanswered queries that hang in the air like a dense fog, the pieces of the puzzle that just don't fit, the nagging suspicion that we're only scratching the surface of a much deeper, darker truth. So where does this leave us? What are the implications of these theories? How does this impact our perception of the Bohemian Grove group? The truth is, we're left with more questions than answers. The alleged connection between the group and the disappearances, the disparity in media attention, the group's silence, all these aspects paint a picture that is as intriguing as it is unsettling. The theories surrounding the Bohemian Grove group and the disappearances of Johnny Gosch and Jean Martin have undoubtedly stirred the public imagination. They've sparked debates and discussions, they've fueled suspicions and skepticism, but most importantly, they've reminded us that sometimes truth can be stranger than fiction. In the end, only one thing is certain: the Bohemian Grove group's mysteries are far from solved.
Thank you, Tabitha, for that intriguing presentation. Clearly, opulence, privilege, and wealth seem to be able to afford men the right to abandon what is right for wrong in the name of pursuit of knowledge and pleasure. Whether or not they are guilty of some of the wrongs that are suggested here, one thing is clear. They want to meet in secrecy to prevent the discovery of their agenda there. Is it possible that by concealing their agenda in their retreat, they are also concealing their clandestine plan for the world? Only time will tell, and when it does reveal itself, perhaps time will have run out. Thank you for watching another episode of Darker Things. If you found this video intriguing, I invite you to hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our journeys into the dark. As always, I'm your host, Doug Duckett, with a reminder that once you enter the dark, you may never be the same.